for YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah, what's up, people? What's happening? Make sure you go check out my last video, Life Behind Bars, part 27. It'll be down in the video response section just in case you missed it. You did. Now, Life Behind Bars, part 28. Life Behind Bars, part 28 is here. Now, continuing where I left off, so, like I said, I went to my homie crib that Thursday night. You did? Decided I was going to stay over his crib that night. So, Friday morning came, you know what I mean? I decided I'm going to go to McDonald's. He lived directly across the street from McDonald's, right? So I'm going to go to McDonald's, get me a little McGriddle, hash brown, some orange juice. As I'm walking into the McDonald's, my phone started ringing, right? So I look down, it's the fucking detective. I'm like, nah, I ain't answering that shit. I'm gonna ignore that motherfucker. I ignored it, went on about my business. He ain't called back or nothing. Went in there, got my food, went back to my home crib. About an hour later, I get a phone call from my girl. She like, yo, you know they just raided the house? I was like, what? She like, yo, they just ran up in here, raided the crib. They was looking for stolen merchandise and credit cards and all that shit from the people that got robbed. They was looking for some foreign money and other jewelry and all that type of shit. Of course, none of that was in my crib because nobody in my crib did this robbery, you know what I mean? Somebody else did it, passed the credit cards off to my brother, and he brung them joints through. You feel me? So I'm like, oh, what they say? You know, was they looking for me or whatever? She's like, yeah, they was looking for Kevin Grant and this, that, and the third. I'm like, well, you know, that's a made-up person. So I was cool. I wasn't worried about it. I actually was relieved because now I'm like, all right, bet. Now that they came to the crib, most likely they're not going to come back. And from what I was told, they didn't even really search the crib that hard. You know what I mean? For one, they didn't even go in the basement. So we could have had all types of shit in that fucking basement, but they didn't even go in the basement. So I was like, all right, they must know what's going on. So I felt relieved because I'm like, bet they came, they gone. I ain't got to worry about these motherfuckers coming back. Cool. You know what I mean? So I went back home and everything was cool. They never showed up. The detective stopped calling my phone. I actually got rid of that phone. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know if he was calling or not, but got rid of the phone, got a new phone, and everything was good. So this shit happened like in March. So a couple months, March 09. A couple months go by. Here we come up to July 09. I get a phone call from my homie. He like, yo, the cops was just at my mom's crib looking for you. I was like, what? Looking for me? He like, yeah, what's that fake name you be using? I was like, Kevin Grant. He like, yeah, they was looking for Kevin Grant. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, how would they get your mom's crib? What the fuck is going on? Like, I was lost and shit. And he was like, yeah, and they had a picture of you. I was like, they had a picture of me? I'm like, hold on, that's impossible. There's no way that they can link Kevin Grant to me. There's no way possible. Like, how is this fucking possible? He like, yo, they had a picture of you. He like, hold on, I don't really know. I'm on my way to my mom's crib right now, so I'm gonna find out, you know, what's going on and shit, right? So, after he hang up, I call my brother and I tell him the situation. He's like, what? How is that? I'm like, yo, I don't know, dog, but he's saying they had my picture. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there, I'm nervous. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to figure out every type of angle. Like, how could this be possible? Like, that's impossible. You feel me? So my homie called me back. He like, yo, the picture was of you. I was like, what? I was like, yo, that can't be possible. There is no way that they can have a picture of me. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I never have used this name when I got locked up. Like, I never used this as an alias or anything. You feel what I'm saying? So even if they did run Kevin Grant through the fucking police database, there's no way my name would pop, my picture would pop up because I never used this shit as an alias or nothing. The only time I ever used this name was to get a phone, and that was the Metro phone. That was the only time. So how Kevin Grant is related to me, I don't understand how they did this shit. Like, that's impossible. So I come to the conclusion that my homie and them, they must be playing a joke or something. But the funny thing is, I came to the conclusion that they must be joking, but the nigga never called me back like, psych, dog, I'm only fucking with you. You was scared of shit. You know what I mean? None of that never happened. So I kind of just went along with it anyway. Like, you know what? They got to be playing. It's impossible for them to have my picture with the name Kevin Grant when these detectives never saw me. Kevin Grant is not an alias. It's not related to my real name at all. So I just wrote it off like, the fuck out of here. Them niggas playing. Even though they never called me back and told me they was playing, I figured they playing. They joking. Fuck out of here. So I just went on about my business. You know, this happened in July. Boom, August came, Madden 10 came out, and all that shit. And boom, September came. So, you know, I'm kind of moving ahead like, fuck it. I don't know, you know, fuck it. No more cops have came back. I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about that shit. Like I said, my homie never called me, said he was joking, but I heard nothing else about that. They didn't show up at no other homie's crib or family members, so I kind of just like, you know, swept the shit under the rug. Boom. September 10th, 2009. I wake up, had to be about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Wake up, you know, do my regular routine. I hop on the internet, get on YouTube, see what's going on. Went to a couple websites. And then I started playing Gears of War 2. I was playing King of the Hill, and I was fucking beasting. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I'm sitting there in my tank top and fucking boxers, playing the game, not having a care in the motherfucking world. I'm chilling, relaxed, playing the game. Next thing I know, blue! What the fuck? That's exactly what happened. All I heard was blue! And you heard me, what the fuck? I look up, SWAT team, U.S. Marshals, all types of guns all in my face. I'm talking about M4s with the handle on it, all that shit. Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground now! I'm like, what the fuck? Alright. This is exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, alright. I put my controller down, I lay down on the ground. You know what I mean? They come up, me all in my back, hands behind my back, cuff me all up. They got a picture of me. They look at the picture, look at me, they're like, yeah, that's him. Gained a little weight, but that's him. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on? So, you know, they looking all through the crib and shit. And the fucked up thing about it is my brother had his fucking checks in the living room. Like, it's crazy. Like, oh, why is that shit even here? It's not even supposed to be here. So they searching all around, find the fucking checks. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, so what we got here? They get on, they call some fraud detectives or some detectives that handle frauds or whatever like that, and they come, and all that shit, like, all these, it was crazy. I'm like, yo, why are y'all here? They like, oh, you know, you're a fugitive. Fugitive? What the fuck? Yeah, you know, you're a fugitive, you're wanted, you know what I mean? Now, they wasn't there for that shit that happened with the credit cards and all that shit. They was there because I had went on the run. Y'all know I was on the run. I left the halfway house. That's why they was there. I'm like, yo, this is what I said to him. I'm like, yo, all this for somebody that went on a run? Really? All this? What the fuck? Like, yo, SWAT team, U.S. Marshals, and then the detectives showed up because now they gotta investigate another crime that's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there like, yo, this crazy. The one fucking SWAT team dude, he talking about some, you was scared, wasn't you? I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know, fuck I was scared for. Like, you know what I mean? I seen police. What the fuck? It ain't like it was like regular niggas, you know, bouncing in there with fucking guns up. So they took me outside. They got me sitting on the step. I'm sitting outside for like an hour. You know what I mean? While they investigating them checks and all that shit. You know what I mean? They confiscating the computers and all that shit. So, you know, the cop boy, he asked me, like, yo, whose stuff is that? I'm like, I don't know. He like, you don't know whose stuff that is? I'm like, nah. He like, that ain't your brother shit? I'm like, what? Like, hold on. These motherfuckers know a lot of information and shit. He was like, yeah, we saw your brother this morning. This morning? Now, when I was asleep, I remember hearing my brother come in the crib early in the morning. I guess he was coming to handle that check shit and then he left back out. I remember him coming in there. So when the cop said that, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers been sitting out here all that time? Because at this time, it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My brother had to come probably like 8, 9 o'clock that morning. So The U.S. Marshals sat out there that whole time, and they knew who my brother was. They knew what kind of truck he was driving, everything. I'm like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. So I'm like, yo, I don't know who shit that is. They like, yeah, we know it ain't yours. They like, we know what you do. You like playing games and shit. I'm like, what the? I'm like, yo, where the fuck is he getting all this information from? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, somebody done told something. Somebody done told something. Now, the theory is that it was my sister-in-law. Because her and my brother, of course, they like arch enemies now. You know what I mean? They hate each other guts. So, the theory go that my sister-in-law don't like my brother, so she wanted everybody to get in trouble. And I happen to be in the middle of the crossfire. This is how, and that theory could be true because, of course, my sister-in-law know me. And the information they were saying, it's like, who the fuck told y'all this shit? How you know that I like playing games and I'm not into the check shit no more? How you know what my brother looked like, what kind of car he drive, and all that? How you even know that was him when he showed up? What the fuck is going on? You did? So, my mom show up. She got my nephew, just went and got him from school. I'm sitting there in handcuffs. He asking me all types of questions. I'm stressed out of my mind. Now, at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you know, I could go ahead back to jail, get this shit over with. But then on the other hand, it's like, fuck, I gotta go back to jail. And yo, it's the worst feeling ever. It feels worse than when you first got your initial time. Like, I didn't even feel that bad when I got 10 years in the beginning. For some reason, by this time, it just killed me. Like, yo, the feeling, just think about the worst shit that ever happened to you in your life. And times that shit by 10. Times that shit by 100. That's how I felt sitting there, dog. Like, I was stressed out of my mind. Then they had to go upstairs. They had to get some clothes for me. I told you I only had tank top and boxers on. They had to go get some clothes for me, put on my clothes. They had to dress me. Motherfuckers, they didn't want to uncuff me so I could put on my own shit. They had to dress me. Yeah, that's very uncomfortable. They got to dress me and all that shit. So they put me in a car, and the U.S. Marshals, they take me down to the roundhouse. Mind you, the detectives and shit, they still there talking to my mom, trying to figure out what's going on with all these checks and all that shit. You know what I mean? They confiscate, whatever. They confiscating computers and all that shit. So, the U.S. Marshals, they take me down to the roundhouse. You know, when you on a run or when you violate parole, you don't go to the county, you don't go to the police station. Well, the roundhouse is like the police station, but you don't do none of that. You do not pass go, you don't collect $200. You're going straight back upstate. Straight back upstate. So they take me to the roundhouse and I'm waiting on transportation back to Graterford. Yeah, back to Graterford. So I get to the roundhouse, they like, yeah, you know, he missed the van. So he won't be leaving till tomorrow morning. Now it's about 3, 4 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta sit in here until tomorrow morning. Yup, water and cheese sandwiches for dinner. 4 of us in a fucking one-man cell. It's cold as shit. And I'm stressed out of my motherfucking mind. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm stressed to the max. You know what I mean? So you know everybody in the fucking cell telling their story and all that shit. Now I head back up. Now, you know, the next day comes, they come get us, we head up to Graterford. Back to Graterford. Y'all remember Graterford? I told y'all when I first went there, fucking now by this time, I ain't been in Graterford for about 10 years. 9, 10 years it's been since I've been in Graterford. Now I'm back in this motherfucker. Get up there to Graterford, get off the bus, strip down immediately. Immediately. As soon as you get off the bus, yeah, take everything off. This shit is crazy. Strip the fuck down and give you this fucking solution that you gotta put in your pubic hair area and all in your hair area. It's supposed to kill lice, ticks, whatever other kind of fucking bugs your dirty ass might have. Shit is crazy. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. So, take a shower. I put on my clothes. They give me some small ass clothes. Give me some fresh state boots. You dig? Oh man. Put me in the cell. You're on lockout. You don't come out for nothing. Matter of fact, you come out for one thing, and that's to eat. Nothing. I'm back in jail. I'm back in fucking prison. This shit is the worst. And that is 15 minutes, and I will finish this later. I will finish this later, and hope y'all enjoyed it, man. It's your boy Hard 8, and I'm deuces.
Yo, before you leave this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. And if you haven't already, follow the Truth of YouTube on Twitter @Hard8Times.